Numbers chapter 31. Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying,
Avenge the people of Yisra'el on the Midyanites. Afterward you shall be gathered to your people.
So Moshe spoke to the people, saying, Arm men from among you for the war, that they may go against Midyan to execute Yahweh's vengeance on Midyan. You shall send 1,000 from each of the tribes of Yisrael to the war. So they were provided out of the thousands of Yisrael, 1,000 from each tribe, 12,000 armed for war. And Moshe sent them to the war, 1,000 from each tribe, together with Pinehas, the son of Eleazar the kohen, with the vessels of the sanctuary and the trumpets for the alarm in his hand. They warred against Midyan, as Yahweh commanded Moshe, and killed every male. They killed the kings of Midyan, with the rest of their slain, Ewi, Reqem, Tsur, Hur, and Reva, the 5 kings of Midyan. And they also killed Bil'am, the son of Beor, with the sword. And the people of Yisrael took captive the women of Midyan and their little ones, and they took as plunder all their cattle, their flocks, and all their goods. All their cities and the places where they lived, and all their encampments, they burned with fire, and took all the spoil and all the plunder, both of man and of beast. Then they brought the captives and the plunder and the spoil to Moshe, and to Eleazar the kohen, and to the congregation of the people of Yisrael, at the camp on the plains of Moab, by the Yarden, at Yericho. Moshe and Eleazar the kohen and all the chiefs of the congregation went to meet them outside the camp, and Moshe was angry with the officers of the army, the commanders of thousands and the commanders of hundreds, who had come from service in the war. Moshe said to them, Have you let all the women live? Behold, these, on Bil'am's advice, caused the people of Yisrael to act treacherously against Yahweh in the incident of Peor, and so the plague came among the congregation of Yahweh. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman who has known man by lying with him. But all the young girls who have not known man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves, and camp outside the camp 7 days. Whoever of you has killed any person, and whoever has touched any slain, purify yourselves and your captives on the 3rd day, and on the 7th day. You shall purify every garment, every article of skin, all work of goat's hair, and every article of wood. Then Eleazar the kohen said to the men in the army who had gone to battle, This is the statute of the Torah that Yahweh has commanded Moshe. Only the gold, the silver, the bronze, the iron, the tin, and the lead, everything that can stand the fire, you shall pass through the fire, and it shall be clean. Nevertheless, it shall also be purified with the water for impurity. And whatever cannot stand the fire, you shall pass through the water. You must wash your clothes on the 7th day, and you shall be clean, and afterward you may come into the camp. Yahweh said to Moshe,
Take the count of the plunder that was taken, both of man and of beast, you and Eleazar the kohen and the heads of the fathers' houses of the congregation, and divide the plunder into 2 parts between the warriors who went out to battle and all the congregation. And levy for Yahweh a tribute from the men of war who went out to battle, 1 out of 500 of the people and of the oxen and of the donkeys and of the flocks. Take it from their half, and give it to Eleazar the kohen as a contribution to Yahweh. And from the people of Yisrael's half you shall take 1 drawn out of every 50 of the people, of the oxen, of the donkeys, and of the flocks, of all the cattle, and give them to the Levites, who keep guard over the tabernacle of Yahweh.
And Moshe and Eleazar the kohen did as Yahweh commanded Moshe. Now the plunder remaining of the spoil that the army took was 675,000 sheep, 72,000 cattle, 61,000 donkeys, and 32,000 persons in all, women who had not known man by lying with him. And the half, the portion of those who had gone out in the army, numbered 337,500 sheep, and Yahweh's tribute of sheep was 675. The cattle were 36,000, of which Yahweh's tribute was 72. The donkeys were 30,500, of which Yahweh's tribute was 61. The persons were 16,000, of which Yahweh's tribute was 32 persons. And Moshe gave the tribute, which was the contribution for Yahweh, to Eleazar the kohen, as Yahweh commanded Moshe. From the people of Yisrael's half, which Moshe separated from that of the men who had served in the army. Now the congregation's half was 337,500 sheep, 36,000 cattle, and 30,500 donkeys, and 16,000 persons. From the people of Yisrael's half, Moshe took one of every 50, both of persons and of beasts, and gave them to the Levites who kept guard over the tabernacle of Yahweh, as Yahweh commanded Moshe. Then the officers who were over the thousands of the army, the commanders of thousands and the commanders of hundreds, came near to Moshe and said to Moshe, "Your servants have counted the men of war, who are under our command, and there is not a man missing from us. And we have brought Yahweh's offering, what each man found, articles of gold, armlets and bracelets, signet rings, earrings, and beads, to make atonement for ourselves before Yahweh." And Moshe and Eleazar the kohen received from them the gold, the crafted articles, and all the gold of the contribution that they presented to Yahweh from the commanders of thousands and the commanders of hundreds was 16,750 shekalim. The men in the army had each taken plunder for himself. And Moshe and Eleazar the kohen received the gold from the commanders of thousands and of hundreds, and brought it into the tent of meeting as a memorial for the people of Yisrael before Yahweh. Amen.